here at this massive press conference for Canelo and Amanda Serrano. Can you go back to the time you met Amanda Serrano and wanted to get involved in this project?
Yeah, we met at my professional debut. I believe it was like right around the weigh-ins in like some room doing like the referee check-ins and all that stuff. But man, for my undercard against Tyron Woodley 1, we wanted a diverse card, and we wanted female boxing to be highlighted, and Amanda Serrano was the go-to person, and that's really where the relationship kicked off. And ever since then, the rest is history, I guess.
Is there something about her or her story that really attracted you and you thought I can make a real change?
First of all, I liked her fighting style, and she's a very exciting fighter, so I was a fan. And I knew that she's a superstar. And she needed that help. She was getting paid peanuts to fight. So $1,000, $2,000. She's one of the greatest boxers ever. Only person to win in more weight divisions than her is Manny Pacquiao. So we're talking about legendary status, and really the stars aligned, and it's honestly been an amazing ride so far.
Joe, when you speak about, and Amanda speaks about 3-minute rounds in women's boxing, how likely do you think it is for this fight? And if not this fight, how likely do you think it will happen very soon?
I think eventually it happens, 100%. And Amanda was the one who was down for that. She wants to push for that because she's about equality, and she wants to be at the same level as men's boxing, and that's 12 3-minute rounds. So she offered it up on stage, and you obviously saw Katie's negative reaction to it. She didn't want to do it, so I don't know, it's maybe a telltale sign of something, but I think it's important for female boxing to get there eventually, and I know that they could do it. They already do it in the gym. Amanda spars 3-minute rounds in the gym, so very capable.
Jake, with your involvement with the how big do you think women's boxing can go once this event has happened?
I think this is a milestone, and it's hard to say what the potential of it is, but this is, going to sort of spark a new wave, and it's going to be an inspiration for other promoters, other female fighters in the sport to make big fights happening. But I feel like we're on the brink of greatness here for female fighters.
What motivates you to get so involved with the women's side of the sport?
Mostly, it starts with my relationship with Amanda, and how, I became friends with her, and seeing her passion, and hearing her stories, and wanting to make her, as big as possible. And it's sort of, all been the snowball effect in the past 12 months of just a lot of boxes being checked, and we're just continuing to knock down barriers that have never been knocked down before. So once you get momentum, you just got to keep on going.
What about your future? Obviously, Tommy Fury, you still want to fight him, or you've got put that kind of checklist up of the top fighters you'd like to face? What's next on the agenda for you?
Yeah, look, I'm mainly focused on promoting this fight for April 30th, but after, I want to get a fight in this year. I just don't know who it's going to be, and I don't know when, and I certainly don't know where, but I have unfinished business with a lot of people.
Jake, how have you found working with Eddie Hearn on this promotion, and what have you made of the impact he's had on the sport?
It's amazing what Eddie's doing, and it's awesome that another big name in the sport, such as Eddie, is also a believer in these females, because that's what's needed. There's the old people like Bob Arum who are actually, a detriment to female boxing, and what Eddie's done with Katie Taylor is just an amazing example of what's to come. So mad kudos to him, mad respect to him, and it's been awesome working alongside of him as my first time promoting, a fight that isn't mine.
Jake, for Irish television, can we ask you about the importance of women boxers getting paid properly? This is the first big, decent paycheck for women boxers. What's the stand that you're trying to make on this?
Well, it's needed, right? Like, Amanda Serrano was fighting and defending her title for $4,000. She can barely live off of that money. So now, this sets a precedent to pay female fighters at least enough amount of money for them to be able to live and to afford the cost of going to the gym. And so now there's going to be more money infused, and money's a tool, and these girls are going to get more active and not have to maybe even work a second job you know, to solely focus on training, and that's in and of itself massive.
Not all fighters are at the prominence of this pair. Do you think it's going to have a lasting effect on the sport?
For sure, and it's going to inspire a ton of younger females to get into the gym and make a name for themselves. So, like I said, this is, I believe, the start of a revolution, you know, in women's boxing and just boxing in general. This is massive.
Looking ahead to the fight itself, do you have a prediction on how it's going to go? Do you see they're going one way or the other?
Amanda wins, 8th round TKO.
What about the cats? Little Trump haters out there.
Yeah,
Is that going to go down well?
make boxing great again. You know, that's all it is. It has nothing to do with Trump. It's just a statement, you know, to get people to pay attention about this movement that's happening.
Any surprises for fight week we should expect from you and promoting?
We'll see. We'll see. I think Eddie and I are doing a face-to-face on fight week, which should be pretty funny. But I have some tricks up my sleeve for sure.
Was it important for you to put your career on hold for this fight to make sure it gets the promotion it deserves?
Yes, yeah, 100%. It's a lot of work to be traveling around and doing all of this press and going from New York to London and all of that. So definitely had to put my career on hold, and we'll be doing so until after this fight.
And how do you feel the boxing community's embrace you? It seems when I see comments from other fighters, they're starting to slowly appreciate what you're doing. World champions, other big fighters. What have you made of the reception from the boxing community?
I haven't dug too much into it, but I definitely think people are starting to see my efforts and respect them. But it is what it is. I told people from the start that I'm going to bring more eyeballs to this sport and make it better than when I got here, and that's all I'm trying to do. So this is just another step in that direction.
How easy or hard was it to get Cyborg in the diss track towards Dana White?
We're pretty close with her and her team, so it wasn't hard. You know, I think she wanted to be a part of it, and it made a ton of sense, and it was a statement for sure.
You've kind of turned the corner now in terms of the perception of you in the boxing world. You know, when you started out, maybe a bit of a who's this guy? He's a bit of a laughing stock. Now, this guy actually takes you boxing seriously.
No, 100%. People only take you as seriously as you take something, and I take this sport very seriously on all fronts. You know, even just getting in the ring, people have to respect that I'm risking my life and putting it all on the line against 5-time UFC champions. So I think the perception is slowly changing, but like I said on the press conference, get used to me. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm here to make this sport great again.
And you want to combine a career in the ring and out of the ring as a promoter as well. You feel you can do justice to both of those?
100%. I'll have more of an impact outside of the ring than I will inside of the ring, and I'll be able to be outside of the ring for a lot longer than I'll be inside of the ring. So I'll be doing this for a long time.
Is there anything?
The likes of Bob Arum, obviously he's a legend in the sport and promotes some of the biggest fights ever. But is it time for that kind of generation to finally retire and let people?
Well, that's the thing, is he's not a legend to me. He's not a legend to any other younger generation fighters. Like no one under 25, thinks Bob Arum's a legend. So I think that's showing that the times are changing, and it's the changing of the guard, and old misogynistic people like him aren't going to be around any longer.
How big do you think a fight between you and Conor McGregor would be? How many pay-per-views does it do?
I think it'd be the biggest pay-per-view ever. 5 million for sure, easily. It's got to be.
And what do you think Tommy Fury has to do to convince you that you want that fight again?
Say it again?
What does Tommy Fury have to do for you to fight him again?
He's got to go take a fight and put on an impressive performance to make me care again. I think he should fight Woodley if he's not scared, or someone along those lines. But just don't really care about that guy anymore.
And just finally, you've obviously mentioned Canelo and fighting him one day. When do you think that is a realistic possibility for you?
I think 3 years. That's when I'll be in my athletic prime, and that'll be 3 more years of fights under my belt, 3 more years of experience, and I have an amazing team. So what I can accomplish in 3 years is a lot different than what most fighters can accomplish in 3 years.
Do you think you take it?
Yeah, of course. Of course Canelo takes it, you know? It's a business.
Just got to ask you about working with Eddie Hearn. You did it like I asked you over there. First time as a fighter on your professional debut. Now you stand with him as a promoter, turtleneck. He's a little bit taller than you, but you've got the younger side. How are you enjoying it?
I like it. You know, it's a different art. It's different to promote someone else's fight than your own fight, and it's been fun so far, and I feel like I'm naturally good at it. So I think, you know, I could have a career doing this if it's not boxing.
Just two more from me. Maris Breedis, the IBF Cruiserweight champion. I don't know if you've seen, but he actually got a tattoo calling you out and then did a rap freestyle. This is someone who's the Cruiserweight champion in boxing. Does that sort of show that the power that you hold in boxing?
I guess so. You know, people begging me for fights, Tommy begging me for fights, this guy, Mario, begging me for fights. What is it?
His name's Marius.
What?
Marius.
Marius?
Yeah.
I seen the tattoo, but I don't know who he is. But you know, someone was like, "A world champion got you tattooed." I was like, okay, like I don't know what he wants from me, but a lot of people calling me out constantly, and yeah, I think it's funny.
Jake, on a personal level from me, finally, I'm 18 years old. I couldn't believe I'd get to this point. I'm here. What do you just recommend for me moving forward in the future, being in the public eye?
That's dope, bro. Don't stop, you know, and don't let anyone tell you you can't do it, and keep chasing your dreams. And it's gonna be hard. Like, I don't know if you're actually ready, because it's hard. This shit's not easy. You know, the more successful you get, the more work you're gonna have to do. So ask yourself if you're ready for that.
Jake, there's a huge UFC pay-per-view this weekend. I've never seen Dana do so little media before a pay-per-view. Have you rattled him a bit?
I don't know. I guess he's scared. I didn't even know there was a fight this weekend.
Your friend Izzy's fighting.
Who?
Izzy, Adesanya's fighting.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's fighting Whitaker.
I guess it's because there hasn't been any really good promotion around it, right?
Do you know, like, behind the scenes, have you heard, like, did Dana hear it? Do you know what his thoughts are?
I have not heard anything, to be honest, but I'm sure he can't be that happy.
Like, when I was coming over here, I was listening to your old song, It's Every Day, Bro. Is there anyone you dissed in that song that's doing better than you right now?
I don't think so.
Maybe Shawn Mendes, maybe?
I don't think
He was
I
in
did Shawn.
MagCon, right?
Oh, he was in MagCon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's 2017 era. You know, there's a room for everyone to eat, but I definitely had a really good year last year, so I say that.
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has mentioned that an offer went out from you to him. And he said he wants to go 50-50. Obviously, it wouldn't quite be 50-50, you and him, but would you be willing to do that if it meant that the part you would be getting goes to the undercard fighters like you did with Woodley the first time?
Yeah, I mean, we have to figure out the setup of it, but obviously he's making bold asks right off the jump. So, you know, but he's a little cuckoo. I think everyone in the boxing industry knows that he's a little cuckoo. So, we'll see. I want the fight, but you know, some people are saying he might not even show up.
Last one for me, Conor McGregor. Fans concerned about him at the moment. He said he's going to stop drinking. He said he's going to stop, but he keeps posting these videos in the Black Forge. Are you concerned about Conor?
I don't give a shit about Conor. Yeah, like, I just want to fight him, smack him in the head. I guess in that sense, I do hope that he can win some fights so that we can eventually fight. But like, the guy's a grown-ass man. He needs to figure out his life. But he seems to be falling apart, from what I can tell. Obviously, everything's through a lens, and we don't know what he's going through actually. So.
Would you recommend he stop drinking?
Yeah. For sure. That's clearly one of his many problems. And get in the gym and drink calcium because your bones are fucking breaking, man.
Is that the plan? Why not Tommy Fury next? Everyone says you've disrupted the sport, you fought celebrities, you fought UFC fighters. A boxer would be next. The naysayers that you can't do the profession. Why not Tommy Fury? Has he missed his opportunity?
Because I can do whatever I want right now.
Okay. What do you say to these things? You come into this, you can't actually do it with a boxer. I suppose that's fuel, motivation for you.
Yes and no. You know, sometimes, you know, what we've seen is fighting these MMA fighters is a bigger draw. So, you know, I know I can beat these professional boxers. I beat them in sparring. So to me, I don't really need to prove anything to anyone, which is why I said I'll do whatever I want right now.
Were you expecting that Tommy would show up Shannon Briggs style today and try to get at you?
I thought it'd be smart of him to do that. But obviously,
He went to Dubai.
yeah, I don't know. Well, like obviously, he's not about that life.